What key are we in? G?
This is going to be like the one time I'm not obsessively checking my phone when I post a meme.
I hope not, because we're rolling.
Are we? That's my thing to say.
Do you want to say it?
We're rolling.
Hey, welcome back to Church Stories.
Yeah, we have you guys in the basement with us this time.
In the basement. You're in the basement. PD, you can occasionally look into that camera and talk to, like, you're talking to all our viewers.
What's up? We're in the basement.
Hey, what's up? Hey, this episode is the first episode where we have a very special guest who you haven't seen yet. I'm talking to the people who are watching. Gosh, this is for more of our listeners. I'm sorry. Check out the video if you get a chance.
Yeah, we're filming this now for our hashtag brand.
Oh, boy. Well, this episode is brought to you by Red Clay Soap, 100% organic, 100% goat milk soap made right here in Greenville, South Carolina. And, yeah.
I think now's a good time to introduce young Tony.
Oh, yes. And also, we'd like to thank our producer, who you can't see if you're on the video, young Tony, a.k.a. Lil Tony, a.k.a. T-Pal, who's going to be basically our Jamie, if you know what a Jamie is.
Let's not explain it.
We're not going to explain it. For those of you who get it, if you get it, you get it.
Yeah, and I wanted to introduce him now because he's the son of the Red Clay Empire.
Red Clay Empire. Yeah, one day he's going to inherit the throne. The sweet, sweet, sweet smelling throne. No, on the real, though, check out redclaysoap.com. They're really good to us. Rachel and John have been amazing. I use their soap all the time. That's just the only thing I use. I travel with it. I travel all the time. That's my only toiletry is just that. And that's all I need, really. Smells good. They got some great fall scents coming out. Check them out.
That was the only thing you brought when we went to California, because didn't they confiscate your toothpaste, or was that New York?
I think they took my, I think they took a lot of stuff. I think they took my, like, deodorant or something. But I was like, don't.
They didn't even look at mine.
You can take my deodorant, but don't take my soap. No, they didn't. They didn't. That was wild. That was a good trip, though. Okay. So, PD's going to be back.
Yeah, back.
A lot's happened.
Back again.
Don't. Okay. Kamikaze. Speaking of Eminem. No, I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest on the show today. My wife.
Never say it like that again.
My wife.
I just asked you, Ned, to never do that again.
You might need to lean into the microphone, babe.
Okay.
So you've heard us talk about, and by us, I mean me and PD have talked about Grace all the time, and she's here today. She's on the show, and it's good to have her.
It's good to be here.
You are a big fan of the show.
I am, yeah.
That's where we met. You were a groupie of the show, and
False.
I'm married a fan.
Fake news.
That's why would you even do that bit? Like,
Is it too much? Too far?
it just makes you sound horrible.
No, this is before the Church Stories fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Grace, you are tell us about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Everything. You were born in Missouri.
Yes.
You're the only person born in Missouri.
Why don't we just do Grace trivia, where you list facts and then Grace will go,
Okay.
yes or no.
Grace, you were born in Missouri. You play the piano. You graduated as a music major at North Greenville University.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where you #distinguished yourself. Because that's the billboard ads for North Greenville.
Is it?
Yeah. Distinguish yourself. And the NGU is highlighted.
It's
it's capitalized.
Yeah.
My bit. Are you ready for this?
What?
Because I think they should make some billboards that say penguin yourself with the NGU and penguin capitalized.
Or a fire and says extinguish yourself. I like that better.
Do we have any NGU listeners? If we
Probably.
do, DM us. We
hey,
want to know that you were offended by these bits.
Sabrina listens.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, Sabrina. Is this my water?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
My water's over here.
What else do I know about you, Grace? You recently changed your name. You recently married the VeggieTales guy.
Yeah. Formerly
kidding.
known as the Chick-fil-A guy.
Yeah.
How does it feel to refer to yourself as the VeggieTales guy?
That's the lowest I've stooped in my entire life.
Is
I
it?
don't think like referring to myself. It's one thing being it. It's another thing to say. I felt like when Batman says, "I'm the Batman." You know what I mean? Like when he just confesses that. You're like,
Yeah.
"Ee." Like we know you are, but don't say so.
Yeah.
And then so it's been good. How long? We just what's crazy is the day before, the 16th, right?
Yeah.
We there's a year since we met.
We just had our friendiversary on Facebook today.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg for making that possible. No. So it's been good. We just came back from a honeymoon last Wednesday, so it's been good.
You're in Italy?
We're in Italy for
Yeah.
10 days. Spending a lot of VeggieTales money.
Hey, this is a video show, so I can do things like this now.
Are you gonna explain that to the listeners? Nope.
I just did the Italian hand thing.
They know what's up. No, but it's been good. And to answer everybody's question, how has marriage been treating us? Do you want?
We don't know yet.
Is marriage like an entity? It's like, has marriage been kind to you? Has marriage bestowed blessings upon you?
So I don't know, but I will say my pastor this past Sunday walked up to us and he was like, I was like, no, what did he say? He said, congratulations. And we're like, thank you. And I said, yeah, we're a part of the club now. He goes, yeah, I know, man. We got secret handshakes. It's a long rabbit hole. And I was like, what? What? And I've heard everybody, too many people have told me, welcome to the club.
Really?
And I'm like, what is this club y'all are talking? And then I just realized it's just a different level of conversations and relatability with other people.
Yeah, and you meet at Ruby Tuesdays every Tuesday.
Yep. Ironically.
Kids eat free.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Looking forward to it. But yeah. So yeah, this is you. You're here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Welcome to PD's basement.
It's cozy.
How does it feel?
Thank you.
Listening to the show for as long as you have, how does it feel being here?
Is it surreal?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Surreal. I'm honored.
I said that as a
Bless.
joke, but you sound serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to my basement is something like serial killer victims here. But we say it on the podcast a lot.
It's
Yeah.
truly an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we have a ton of fun. Like, you've listened. What's your favorite episode so far?
I think the first one with
The
your
pilot?
Oh, cool.
your pro presenter story.
Oh, yeah. That is really
That made me
good.
laugh.
If you want to know what she's talking about, go back.
Episode 1.
Take it all the way back. I don't even know what episode this is, but we will one day. I don't know. We got a lot of fun. And you're here because you have, I don't know, we got some stories. We'll get to them. Is there anything you want to know, PD? We know everything about marriage. Is there anything like just between us three?
Is this whole Shama thing getting old yet?
No.
No?
Hey, you'll like this bit. You'll like this bit. The day we woke up, like we got married on Saturday, the Sunday morning we woke up, I went, man, you ready to, it's kind of boring. You ready to throw some kids in the mix?
Maybe we set a long-term plan. Like, you know how farmers have a ton of kids so they can have help around the farm? Like, we need a little producer. If Tony's busy.
I said, listen, like we're not actually we're not gonna have kids. We're just gonna have PAs. We're just gonna have like production assistants. That's all we're gonna have.
Like one of your
two.
kids.
Here's a walkie-talkie. Guard the perimeter. All right. Like here it is. Go to base camp right now. Get crafty for everyone on set.
But
That's all I
if
need
Tony
from
is
you,
here,
baby.
one of your babies could be Tony's assistant. One baby could get us waters and stuff.
Yeah.
Peter, this is the big plan. This is why I got married. This is what we're gonna
Yes.
do, is to make little me's. Little us's.
Little Sham.
Oh man. No, but it's been good. You have any good church stories? Dear? My wife. So you grew up in church. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
tell us first and foremost, like, what is your relationship been with church growing up?
Well, my lifelong best friend was made in church. I was like 3 months old. She was probably 9 months old or something like that. And we were best friends. She was the maid of honor in my wedding.
Anna. Anna Cedarblom.
Yep.
Am I supposed to say first and last names on this? It doesn't matter.
Yep.
She's married with a kid, so don't look her up.
Yep.
And your dad was an evangelist for a hot minute. Or a long while.
That was before I was born.
Oh.
And then he was a pastor when I was born. But then, like, a few months later, he wasn't.
Did you have something to do with that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was only a baby. I wasn't responsible. So yeah.
And you've served in churches. You've played 3 chords in churches because you're a
Yeah.
dude. She plays piano really well.
Mm-hmm. So she had to dial it back for worship.
I can't. Do you think anybody from the church is gonna listen to this? It's too late.
I don't want to chance it.
She went to college for 4 years and she plays like she's like a classically trained pianist.
Now that we have young Tony, we need sound drops. Like if we make a crack at worship leaders, we get like bow, 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 bow.
Tony, that's coming. Don't worry, that's coming. No. But yeah, I've seen her with a worship team, straight up just playing 3 chords, and I went, what a waste of potential.
Did you like being on the worship team?
Depends. Like.
What did you not like about it then?
It's just kind of boring. No offense to worship.
I remember you saying at one point that it wasn't challenging enough.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Listen, step 1 of doing anything in church is set the gear on easy mode. All right? It doesn't like, oh, you're good? Dial it back. Dial it way back.
Here's the thing. Like for a youth band, if you're pulling band members from the youth group, they need to be able to like not be good and still be able to play the songs.
Yeah.
You know? So if
you want to utilize like the free labor, then you might.
Yeah.
set that bar
Appeal to the
on the
masses.
floor.
You only get paid if you're the leader, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah. Some churches pay their musicians. Like if it's just a pianist, you get like $50 a service.
Did you ever get that worship leader money?
Did you dip into that worship lead money?
I was a worship leader for a hot second at like a small little Baptist
How long is a
church.
hot second?
Like 6 months.
Oh, that's actually a pretty long time as far as church leaders go.
Yeah. I got to lead the choir. It was fun. They loved me.
And they paid you?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you do it for the money? Did you do it for the Lord?
I did it for the Lord. Amen.
Amen. I'd hope. That's good. Any juicy stories that you care to?
You got worship team drama.
Worship team drama and like RuPaul's Drag Racing, neck and neck.
Yeah.
It's up there.
That needs to be a reality show.
Worship. Ooh, I want to drop names here, but I can't.
I think I know who you would say.
I just yeah, you know.
Do you wanna come up with a fake name?
No.
No. Okay.
Because the real name sounds like a fake name.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
anything close, people would get it. But yeah, it was good. But okay, so you've been involved in church, and I mean, you've been involved in church on your own with your family, and we're involved in church right now.
Yes.
We're about to be youth pastors.
Wait, what?
Surprise!
What?
I'm letting you know right here on the air. All right, I signed some papers.
I think I'd be more shocked about that than if you were
paid,
like.
we're gonna be paid $60 a week, and that's all gonna go towards Little Caesars anyway. So we're literally just taking the money and using it to lead some young people.
What a privilege.
And like the likelihood of things happening, you would have a baby before you would be a youth leader again.
They'll be like, I'm pastoring my child. They're like,
Yeah.
they're one. I'm like, oh, really? Who's going to teach my child about theology, all right, or the hermeneutics of the Bible? Get with it. It's me. It's just all me. My child with a book bigger than its head. Okay, so, PD, I think I talked about this earlier today with a friend, but I'm going to bring it up again. I want to share, and Grace is going to share too. Can I say the biggest argument that we've had
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
as a married couple?
I think it's more hurtful.
So this
for
is
you,
recent.
Shama.
This is more this is more painful for me, and it involves the church,
Oh,
the Catholic Church.
oh no.
And it's What did you say? Did you say it's more painful for me?
Yeah. Yes.
You best believe.
You can
best
tell it.
believe it's painful. So we're in Rome a couple of weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. We land on Sunday. No, we land on Monday night. We spend all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday, right? And Thursday, too, in Rome.
Yes.
This is how close we are to the Vatican. We look out the window from our bed and breakfast, turn to the left, and you can see like the dome of St. Peter's Basilica.
Really?
It's dope. It's really dope. We're like Vatican City's like right there. And so we go. We're touring the city. We're eating pasta and pizza and all that. And we tour the Sistine Chapel.
these.
A lot of these. I think it's insulting.
It is. Yeah, probably.
I think we're not supposed. Tony's Italian, our producer. Tony, is that offensive? It doesn't matter.
I mean, I don't think I've seen that we have Italian listeners in the SoundCloud stats. So
We don't.
I don't
hope
know.
They do. I hope we should just tag like Rome, hashtag Italy, and all the captions.
you didn't do a good enough job of plugging us while you were in Rome.
No, I didn't. I should have wore like a T-shirt or like a snapback.
Should
or
have had
something.
flyers. You should have been barking for the podcast on your honeymoon.
Excuse me, podcast.
But back to the story.
Podcasting. Okay, so we're close to the Vatican. We tour the Vatican one day. We tour the Colosseum, then we tour the Vatican. And after we tour the Vatican, it's just like a small group, like 12 people. First of all, dude, Italian, I gotta say, like, Italian guys, they are the smoothest men, like, I have ever seen. Like, they will legit steal your girl.
Really?
Like, you've heard the term Mr. Steal. Every Italian man is legit, like, Mr. Steal your girl.
Yeah, like our Vatican City tour guy.
Yeah.
Remember what he said to me?
Dude, I do. He's like, so we all, like, it's like 7 or 8 of us. We stand in like a half circle, and he's looking around and goes, okay, everyone's there. Okay, good. I'm going to go and I'll be back. And then he turns around, goes to walk away, comes back, looks at Grace, points at her face and goes, very beautiful eyes.
Really?
And then walks away.
Yeah.
And I went, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, I thanked him. I was like, she was like, thanks. And I was like, yeah, thank you. What? Wait a minute. What? But it was weird, dude. That dude was smooth.
Your response was weird. You thanked him
I
for
don't
complimenting
know.
your wife?
Thank you.
'Cause then-
Very beautiful.
Because then he looked at Shama too, like
It wasn't like I'm in your. It was just kind of like, oh, very beautiful eyes. And he just kind of looked at me like you did it. You picked well. And I was like, thanks. And she was like, thanks. And then he walked around. I was like, whoa, was he just macking on you right now in front of me? Man, Rome is wild.
But then he was also like touching your arm.
Oh, he was afterwards. Maybe he was trying to like cushion the blow. Just kind of like, I disrespected you in front of your wife. Here's 3 pats on the back, buddy.
Yeah.
Out of context, Shama was talking about how smooth Italian men are.
Ooh. Shut up. So we finished touring St. Peter's, Vatican St. Peter's Basilica. We see the Sistine Chapel. Everything is as gorgeous
Wow.
as it sounds.
Dude, I have read about those things. I don't really know what they are, but I've heard about them.
It's insane. Like Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel is like insane. You can't take pictures, but I snuck a selfie for like me and Grace.
Oh, really?
1/3 of our faces and like the what's it called? The creation of Adam.
Is it really blurry?
No.
Yeah, our faces are really blurry, but like you can see, the whole picture's really blurry because there's like guards everywhere. They're like, no picture, and I was like, nah, I gotta snap this selfie one time for us, and I did. And then so we leave, and then we're in like St. Peter, the Church of St. Peter's, whatever. And our tour guide, I can't remember his name. I wish I did.
Me too. I don't know.
David.
I'll call him. Yeah, sure. He goes. And the Pope will be speaking tomorrow outside. And I went, well, the Pope, cool, heck, we gotta see him. And so he's about to leave because the tour is over. And I go, hey, where can we get tickets? And are they free? And he goes, yeah, free. Just go around the corner, Swiss Guards. You'll see the Swiss Guards and they'll give you tickets. What do?
We get the tickets.
We get the tickets. We walk like 7-8 minutes away, and we get
It
the
wasn't
tickets.
that long.
Yeah, so everything's going good.
Everything's going great.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell them what happened the next morning?
Okay, sure. Okay, so, well, okay, we talked about it the night before. I said,
Yes.
what are we going to do tomorrow?
We're going to see the Pope.
But then we were like, it's going to be hot outside. He's probably going to be there from like 10 to 12, a whole
Maybe.
2 hours.
Totally.
We didn't know for sure. I thought we knew that
I
for
didn't.
sure.
I Googled, and they were like, well, he only comes out like, I don't know. We don't know how long he talks.
Yeah,
And
he'll come
so-
out, and if he sees a shadow, then
Yeah.
So, like,
I loved him in the Groundhog Day. He was
Yeah.
the Pope Day was a good movie.
okay, but so we went to sleep, and I was under the impression we weren't going to see the Pope tomorrow. I thought maybe it's not a priority. So we wake up.
I went to sleep thinking I'm going to go see the Pope tomorrow because it's a priority.
yeah.
Continue.
So we wake up. We had a lot of food to eat that morning because we had gone grocery shopping, and we were leaving that bed and breakfast.
We're going to Florence the next day.
Yeah.
So we just bought a bunch of groceries, and we're like, we don't want to throw away all this food. Time to binge eat.
Yeah, so we're enjoying a nice breakfast, like in front of this huge window. You had just made me a cup of tea. So
I made her a cup of tea.
I think that's
Wow.
where you went wrong.
I made a
because-
cup of tea. So I made a cup of tea,
Yeah.
and she's enjoying a cup. I'm enjoying a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in front of this window that literally only has space for 2 chairs. It's a beautiful. Nobody else is in the kitchen.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
We're just enjoying the morning.
The Pope
And-
starts doing his thing.
Yeah.
Spitting hot fire at 10:30.
But plus, we woke up late, and so by
Woke
waking
up at like 9:50,
late,
and we were
yeah.
supposed to move rooms. So we were supposed to pack up all of our stuff, move room. We didn't have to pack up. It was just like kind of like literally just go into another room next door at 10 o'clock. So we
Yeah.
did that.
So were you just not aware of the time?
I was. But go ahead. I'll pick up where you leave off.
Okay. Where was I?
We eat breakfast kind of late.
Yeah, we're eating breakfast late, and so the Pope has already started talking.
10:30.
So I'm like,
I stand up.
yeah,
I stand up at 10:30, and what do I say?
are you ready to go?
And what did you say?
I said, no, I'm enjoying my tea because it was a nice moment. And so I sat there, I continued enjoying my tea, finished my tea, and I was like, okay, you ready?
So
And she says, "Are you ready?" It's around 11. I went,
that's a long time to drink tea.
"Sure." Yeah, I mean, I got a picture. We took a selfie. We're both enjoying ourselves.
I can drink a gallon in that time.
It's hot.
It's not a competition. We're drinking hot tea. Jeez, BD. We weren't in South Carolina. We're in Italy. We got to practice some type of couthness.
I have no self-control. Anyways, where were we?
Pope started. He started his set at 10:30.
Yeah, who opened?
I don't know. I think they had Eddie Murphy or somebody doing a little bit of time. No, so we get there at like 11:10, and we just see crowds of people walking away from St. Peter's Square, and it's literally the nations of the world, just like people in African attire, like a group of 30 people walking, and like
Really?
Asian people and like Indian people, all just kind of walking away, And I was like, maybe it's still going on or something.
Maybe they just
We
want to
get-
beat the traffic.
we get closer, and there's this guy selling stuff, and he goes, "The papal audience is over," which is, and I went, "Huh," and we missed it. And so I was like, well, let's try to like see the stage. Maybe we'll catch like his robe, like around a corner. Nope.
No, dude, you got Pope blocked.
I didn't. You didn't know about this story. That's an original joke that you just made up.
I've been
after
waiting to
hearing
say
it.
that for 5
Have you
minutes.
really?
Yes.
Yes. I didn't see the Pope, and I'd like to say I went, not a thing, and we went, but I got so salty, like
He was very upset.
I got quiet for like 2 hours.
So he was like really in his feelings.
I was.
Big time.
It's like, Alexa, play "I'm Upset" by Drake. No, I was pretty salty, and And I was like, why did we gotta meet it on time? And then like I think what I really, why I was upset, right? Mm-hmm. He only comes out like 6 times a year.
Yeah.
He only comes,
and he didn't see his shadow, so it's gonna be even longer.
He comes out like Christmas and Easter, and then occasionally he does like 4 guest spots.
So where
he's like, what's up?
You didn't plan that. You just happened to go.
We happened to be literally right next to the man of the cloth.
For audio purposes, don't do that.
I'm sorry. It's like my first time being on a podcast. No. So we happened to be in the city where Catholicism reigns. And like the biggest minister of the world is doing his thing.
Yeah, like everybody's high on those the incense things,
and we missed it. And that really took a strain on our relationship.
Yeah, it was like day 2.
So you didn't care at all, right?
No,
Did you actually have an argument about it? How did that go?
It was just silence.
Oh. So I was like, I really wanted to see my man Francis.
I couldn't really like tell the severity of the situation at first.
Oh, it was severe.
I was like, oh no, we missed the Pope. But then I looked at him. He, like, you could see on his face, it was very sullen. And I was like, are you upset? He said,
and then I looked at her, and it was like, think of like the climax of a Hallmark movie. I looked at her and I went, that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Okay, as somebody who's been watching Hallmark movies this last weekend, I can tell you that this is part of the movie, but it's where like things are just about to get better. Like it gets really bad.
No, and then we had like a gorgeous day the same day. Yeah. We went to Trevi Fountain. We went to the Coliseum. Right?
It's a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, so things did get better. Mm-hmm. But then, so I was telling this story to my friend Zach earlier, and he was like, that story had to end that way. He was like, that story can't end with you guys seeing the Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is not a story. It's like, hey, I saw the Pope.
You'd be like, oh, whatever, jerk. Cool. But it had to end with us.
I mean, it's like I've said before, like this podcast is about things going wrong.
I believe it.
And you don't care about the Pope. Come on, Shama. I know you don't care about the Pope.
Okay, well, I cared about the novelty of seeing the Pope. I
was about to say, you care about telling people that you saw the Pope.
Right. Because, I mean, like, okay, so this is why I cared. Because I thought, okay, we're in Rome. People be like, oh, where'd you stay? We'd be like, oh, man, Vatican Square, like a couple of minutes from Vatican City. And they go like, did you see the Pope? I wanted to be like, yes, matter of fact, jerk, I did see the Pope. He did a talk, and I saw him, and then he freaking jumped to the crowd, and I pushed him while he crowd surfed us. I had bits for days. I
mean, if the Pope crowd surfed, I would have flown out.
Would you?
Yes.
The Pope freaking did a dope riff, broke the guitar on the edge of the stage, jumped in the crowd, and I helped the man of the robe across.
Ripped his robe off to reveal a slightly smaller robe.
And we just got the explicit rating.
Well, no, I didn't mean like, I said slightly smaller. So it'll just be like a little tighter, like a spandex version of his. Where am I going? There's a reference. There's a wrestler who wears his tights, but then he pulls his tights off, and it's just it's not even that much smaller. It's just like a half an inch smaller version of his tights. I'm like, why do you do that?
Le reveal magnifico. Man. And this is the one about the Pope.
Yeah.
That's the episode.
But I do things like that too. Like if there's an important figure coming by, I'll be like, yeah, I'll just go to say I saw. Like I did that with Trump. I don't think we really bring him up much on the pod, but he was coming by, and I was like, I'm just gonna go see him to say I saw him.
Yeah, I think so. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is, what is the lesson? What is the lesson that we learned? Did we learn a lesson? Thank you, Tony.
Yeah. Tony, don't be afraid to speak up. We'll pick you up on the mics.
We learned communication, and I learned that I need to communicate things that are important to me And Grace also needs to learn to communicate things that are important to her.
I think she did communicate that she didn't care about seeing the Pope.
But I didn't care. I didn't communicate how much I cared about seeing the Pope.
Oh, she
And
not
that's
seeing
what
your
we want.
Francis #1 tattoo?
Right there.
Can we?
The Pope is my homeboy
Yeah.
stamp that I got across my lower back.
Can we come to PD for like marriage counseling?
Please do. Is this
PD
because I'm agreeing with you? Is that why?
Shut up, PD. You're supposed to be on my side. That just sounds like y'all are the host
Yeah.
and I'm the guest. No, but I mean, it was dope. That's been cool though.
Yeah,
really cool.
Ann Lou, who was on our podcast,
Yes, heck yes. And
number
Girl in the Word.
15.
Yes, I think so. What was it called? The one about salad?
Yeah, the one about salad.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, episode the one about salad. And yeah,
she wrote an itinerary for Italy.
she did.
Yeah.
And it was like super dope. I mean, in a way, initially, no offense, but I was like, man, I know, like, really an itinerary from like a blogger? Do I really want? And honestly, it was like spot on. It was really cool, and we did like a boat tour that she suggested, and it was really dope.
Probably
So-
the best thing we did.
Tell Ann you're sorry.
And I'm sorry that I doubted you and other bloggers. Not that I doubted you, but I've just never took anyone's itinerary before.
I
But
believed in you.
I did, and I don't regret it.
I always believed in you, Ann.
Yeah, your blog looks nice.
Grace is a huge fan.
Like how to address Ann, we just all looked into the camera.
But it's cool. I mean, it was cool knowing like the podcast has added value to like our honeymoon in our marriage,
Yeah.
in our lives,
In the lives of hundreds of thousands of people.
millions and billions of people whose lives have been impacted towards. I'm just gonna stretch my hand towards the camera right now. Is this blasphemous yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So Shama broke my glass door, which we've talked about before,
Yes.
and he was going outside to talk to Grace because Grace was in China.
Yes, you were in China.
Why were you in China, Grace?
We're gonna explain why I broke the glass door, or does it matter?
That doesn't matter. This is my segue into.
Are you over it?
I just like bringing it up.
Okay. Honesty. Why were you in China?
I was in China. I don't know why.
Oh, you do.
I hope the leader listens to this. I'm just kidding.
No, he knows.
You were on a mission trip. On a 5-week mission trip.
Yeah, it was too long.
I didn't miss you at all. I'm just kidding.
I know you did.
I did.
We were there trying to teach little kids.
China.
Yeah, we were in. we were,
Trying to get them kids to knowledge.
yeah, they wanted to know more English.
We out here trying to say the kids. Hey, could you tell us what you were doing again, but put away that black accent? The black accent.
What?
No, we were in China to teach the kids about English and Jesus. So,
How did that go? Well, hey, I know you don't want to rag on these people. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah.
But okay, so try to be as nice as possible. But start from the beginning. How'd you find out about this?
okay, so the little Christian school my mom works at, the principal there, he knows this guy in China who runs this little English camp for Chinese kids, like kindergarten through 7th grade or something like that. And so this principal guy back at my mom's school, he's like, oh, this is a great opportunity. So he sends out this email talking about this trip, like your flight to Hong Kong is paid for, like from New York to Hong Kong, like flight is included. Your place to stay, your meals, it's all taken care of.
Yeah, prior, like Shama was telling me about that before you went. And I was like, that sounds great. But
Yeah, it
Sounds like something you would go on.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing it next year too, dude.
they are.
sign me up.
You should just go and then break off from the group.
It'd be like,
do
yeah,
your own-
I found some Chinese wrestling to watch.
But yeah,
So you
like
went-
the only thing you had to pay for was your way to New York, so you could get on the free plane ticket, and your visa, which was like more expensive than I was originally expecting, but it was okay. Still wasn't that bad.
Are you cool talking about all this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I love how you're like, I live in Greenville now. I'm safe. You're not safe. They're gonna hunt you down.
From China?
No, you didn't do it. Nothing bad happened. right? Okay. So you got your way paid and you went.
Yes. So that's how I heard about it. And like when I first got the email, I thought it sounded cool, but then I kind of forgot about it. And then my dad was like, hey, are you going on that trip like close around the deadline? And I was like, that's a good idea. And I talked to Shama about it. He's like, sure, go ahead. So yeah, he didn't caution me not to.
I actually okay. So when I said, I gotta say, when you said, hey, I might be going to China, I was like, yeah, sure. I wanted to say don't go because I was about to propose, but I was like, I wasn't gonna be like, maybe you should not go to not right now. So I was just kind of like,
what? I did not follow that sentence.
I didn't know how to tell her no without being like,
As your boyfriend, I don't want you to go no China. You're good right here. China got China ministers.
so I was just sort of like, no, you should totally go. They need you, babe. Go.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me that you didn't want her to go.
Yes. Okay. So I told her that. Then we got engaged, and then we're planning the wedding and whatnot.
Yeah.
Still not enough time, and so you're in the middle of it, and I was like, and so we'd plan and plan. She'd go, and then we'd go, oh, you're gonna be gone for 5 weeks. Okay, you're gonna be gone for 5 weeks. Hey, can you take care of this because I'm gonna be gone for 5 weeks? And then finally, I just went, hey, maybe you shouldn't go.
But that was like 2 weeks before the trip. But I was
Whoa,
also
was it?
like,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was also like not wanting to go anymore just because since like that first email, that was like all the information we had been getting.
The email was like, welcome to China. What's up? We got beds and food.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is a scam to get me kidnapped.
I
Like,
know. It was I went against my better judgment.
My better judgment.
marrying Shama or going to
No, that's another podcast, PD.
No. No regrets.
Oh, thanks, babe.
For our audio listeners, she just patted his leg.
An endearing sign of affection.
All right, so you said you went up against your better judgment. So how was
Yeah.
it like day one? How do you feel about it?
Day one, still did not want to go. Just like,
But you're there.
but I'm there. Well, day one was all traveling. So we were in the airport for a long time. We got to the airport, the other airport in Hong Kong. And like we met up with our other teammates who we had never met before because they were from Texas and Louisiana and North Carolina.
So you have no idea how the group dynamic is going to be.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. It was legit like, hey, we flying a bunch of people here. Gonna meet them in Hong Kong. Let's go. And it was just kind of like a reality TV show. And it sounded like
I did love my team though. Like shout out to them. They were really cool.
you only like 2 people.
Not
To be
true.
honest.
I really liked them.
So what was funny was hearing your as we talked on the phone, which I happened to straight up just Hulk smash PD's glass door while we were talking on the phone. Was watching your excitement level go from day one to China's interesting. China's so cool. We're staying in a really nice apartment.
I'm ready to come home.
And I was like,
Was that within like 3 days?
yeah. I was like, what do I need to do? Do you want me to send you a canoe or something?
I think I did want you to find like a plane ticket back
Did
home
you
or
really?
something. I think we did talk about that.
Really?
Yeah, but like
I was like, can you just utilize that return ticket
yeah.
and we'd find one from wherever?
But you kind of have to like stick those things out. You can't really just turn around and come back home.
For the sake of
Yeah.
the gospel, right?
Amen.
You
I was trying to set you up.
so you wanted to abandon the kids, but you stayed.
Yeah, big time. They were really crazy. Like you imagine little Chinese kids being really
Little Chinese.
I mean, I like doing children's ministry is hard enough just for
Yeah.
like 1 hour once a month. I can't imagine going to China.
PD,
with-
I love that you have kids ministry experience.
Yeah, I go to Tim's improv service.
Oh man.
Tim, friend of the show. It's a lot of fun. I have no idea what's going to happen. He lets me do bits. It's really fun.
Riffing
Anyways, it's like I'm inviting people there.
PD,
but
you're ready for China. You of all people are ready for
I
China.
think the kids would really love you there.
You'd learn like 2 bits in Chinese, and
Can-
you'd be like, "Bah,
Like, I wouldn't go again, but I would say you should go.
Okay, I'll prepare my 5 minutes for the kids, and then I could do a little set.
Yeah.
PD's gonna be like, hey, I'm PD. Man, I'm from South Carolina. Y'all ever been? I'm from a little town called Travelers Rest. You know what y'all know about Travelers Rest? I've traveled there, never rested. Ho!
And then they would, I don't know, execute me. Do they do that over there?
Yeah. They have a standard of joke telling that you just did not uphold. So
No,
your head would have to go.
I would get arrested for
Head would
Facebook
roll.
or something. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, you were on Facebook while you were there. Can I say that?
Oh no! Oh shoot!
I guess you can. You
Somebody
did.
busts in the door.
Asian Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they have these things called like VPNs.
Yeah.
I think that's illegal. I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
It's
Everyone does it.
I don't know about it's not I wouldn't advise it if I was like a lawyer or something like I don't know if I would endorse that.
Well, if
You know-
you're in China and you want to get on Facebook, get a VPN.
Mhm.
So
I forgot one of my bits. I was gonna do a bit where I referred when we did this podcast. This is the only pre-planned bit that I had. I was gonna refer to our honeymoon as my Italy tour, but then I figured that wouldn't be cool. Can I call it the Italy tour?
I guess
Okay.
we toured Italy.
Oh, Shama toured Italy. Like, it was a VeggieTales tour that just happened to be in Europe.
This is where Shama derails the podcast so he could go back and do a bit that he wanted to do.
Let's take this bit and put it at the beginning, and I'll just set up a majority of the bits with the bit that I just had. No, I'm just
All right, so back to China.
Wrong country.
What are we on? Day 4 now? Tell us about how like the middle of the trip went. How many weeks were you there?
5.
Fast, way too much.
I know.
Yeah.
So like, okay, day 1 we go and we tour like 2 schools. So we're like, I don't know. To this day, I don't know why we were walking around these schools, like looking at them or whatever.
Just to fill time.
Yeah, like all day. Like we had just traveled like all through the night. We're tired, but we got up at 9 o'clock. We went tour, walk around. So I was just going with it. I was like, okay, whatever. And then the next day, we traveled to Hong Kong, which was like a 1-hour bus ride, get on a ferry for another hour, go to Hong Kong. And then we like walked around all of Hong Kong with our little tour guide
Was that fun?
for like an hour. We went to this cool place where you like got on this train and it took you all the way up a mountain. That was about the only cool thing we did in Hong Kong. Because then we just walked around like forever.
So you were just bored most of the time then on the trip.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like stressed out because we were trying to teach those little kids and they were crazy and they wouldn't listen. Like they were so wild.
Could they understand you?
No, and that was part of the problem.
Yeah, I was trying to teach kids who don't speak the language that I do.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
So by like the second or third week when you were explaining it, I went, is this one of those scenarios where locals could have done a better job than foreigners?
Yeah.
And you went, yeah.
Because like the way it was set up was we were the teachers and we had Chinese college students, high school age students. They were in there being assistants, but it should have been the other way around. Like we should have been there for like accent use only,
Yeah.
and not like trying to teach them information. But I would say like our team was really small, and if they go back with a bigger team, it could be way more successful.
With me on the team.
Of course,
Yeah. I'm going to kill in those Chinese classrooms.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope you go just so you can like update us on the podcast.
yeah.
I'm going to go to Winter Jam to do that, but that's as far as I'm going.
You'll dedicate 3 hours of your life to see third day.
Maybe. I mean, if Skillet's there, I think $10 to see Skillet's pretty good, but
Are you do you plan on doing more mission work in the future?
Possibly.
if
Yeah.
they give you like no information prior, are you gonna?
No.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm not doing that again. It was like I kind of don't regret it, but at the same time, like as time goes on, I'll probably look back on it and it'll just be like, yeah, I did that.
be like, oh, I could have done stuff with those 5 weeks. But I mean, do you think that what you did was useful?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because it was, like, there were some good moments. It wasn't all bad. Like, I got to teach the music classes, so that was pretty fun. And so, like, every day we sang God is so good.
And music is a universal language.
You're right. So, and, like, by the end of the camp, I asked all of them, like, what their favorite song was, and they were like, God is so good. I'm like, that's right. And there was one kid that would sing God is so bad.
He was doing a little bit. There was like a little PD spirit in the kid. He was like, watch me change the words around.
There was a PD bit during worship that I only did once because I got reprimanded by Amberly. But our God is higher than any other. I just pretended to take a little hit.
Oh, no.
And yeah.
That is straight from PD playbook.
Mhm.
The straight from PD's Playhouse.
I want that needs to be a show. PD's Playhouse. I gotta.
Is it
creepy.
okay?
I'll figure out something.
Maybe
It
like
does sound
just
creepy.
the tiniest, just the thinnest mustache.
Yeah,
Harry Potter glasses.
I'll have it like drawn on.
PD's Playhouse.
This is weird.
Ah, man. It is. But it's good. Babe, this is the podcast. You've been on it.
I'm so happy.
Talking to
Wow.
the microphone. Tell them how happy you
Sounded
are.
like a real Pharrell right there.
No, I really am. It's good to be here.
Would you come back?
Mm,
I'll take that as a no.
So good. Would you do it again? Nah. Look, I got priorities.
Oh, let's wrap the China thing in a bow. Summarize the China trip in one sentence.
Don't look at me. I was there.
I wasn't there either. Tony wasn't there. You have no
I
help
was
in the room.
here. I was in Canada. I came back. I made VeggieTales.
We were in New York,
That's it.
too,
Yeah, we were in
during
New
that
York.
time.
yeah.
Yeah, we did a ton of
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm in China. You're like, yeah, I'm going to New York this weekend with PD.
I was like, yeah, I'm
like,
sorry.
And what
are
did you say?
doing?
Remember?
Tell him don't get used to it or something.
Yeah.
Like this is the last time you'll go
Yeah.
anywhere or something like that.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I felt that way. That's why me and PD are going to New York
Yeah.
right now.
No offense, PD.
This might get you into some trouble, Shama, but he's like, yeah, I'm about to not be able to do anything. My life's gonna end. We got to go to New York.
No.
I think that was the pitch. I was like, hey, PD. It was like Tuesday. I was like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Do you want to go to New York? I don't think we'll ever have this opportunity again.
And I was like,
Not like a bad way, but.
I was like, let's
But
do
we're
it.
not. I'm never gonna have that opportunity again, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What? I'm not wrong. I'm not. I didn't lie.
You're gonna hear about this later.
No.
So.
Before, I don't know if we
You're
were
gonna hear about that too.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No.
I should not have gone to New York.
No,
with PD.
we had a
I'm
good
digging my
time. We
grave.
should have.
Tony is miming digging. I don't know what he means.
You're digging yourself a deeper hole.
you
That's
saying?
what Tony means.
Well, it's better than. I don't know if we were engaged yet, but you were like, hey, can me and PD go to Japan for like 10 days
Oh, next year.
next year?
Which, I mean, if that's a no, then you can come with us.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said, well,
she
can I
was
go
like,
too?
okay, and then when you said that, I was like, the
And then I was
dynamic,
like-
my dynamic of the trip is gonna
Yeah.
change.
I don't know if
No
you would want to
offense.
watch Japanese wrestling.
No.
Yeah,
okay.
there we go. That's why I wanted to go. Is
Well, you can bring a friend.
Tony.
oh, it's gonna be a
Or
whole
I could
Church
bring a
Stories
friend.
crew trip.
Yeah, we can interview just somebody in Japan about their
Yeah.
church story experiences.
Kenny Omega, how's your?
Yeah, sure. But hey, can we go to Japan?
Everyone?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think that was wholehearted, PD.
I don't.
That
either.
wasn't wholehearted. I wasn't. I was trying to get her on the record so I could be like, "Remember this recording?" Absolutely,
Yeah.
but it wasn't a it wasn't a heartfelt. Like,
Not
it wasn't
not
heartfelt
Sugoi.
yes.
It's just not Sugoi.
No, it's not. It's not a go. I'm sorry, but that's all right.
I think Sugoi means good
Is
in
it?
Japanese.
Why are you learning? What are you?
I've just picked up on a few words because I listen to their commentary all the time.
Wow.
That's good.
I feel like parents. We're proud of you, son.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Dad.
My son done learned some Japanese. Is that rude? Can I say it like that? Can I use that accent and say what I just said?
Hey, we live in South Carolina.
Yeah. There's people I know talk like that.
No.
People I know talk like that. This is the last. I'm putting this accent to an end. I'm never gonna do it again, listeners. I guess we need to wind it down. It's been really good. Do you have any praise reports? A praise report singular?
I do. Can I think about it though?
Yeah, we'll go first.
Yeah, sure. Take it away, PD. Take it away now.
My praise report is we are brought to you by Alpha Brain. No, I mean, this isn't a praise report. This is just a story. I told you I hadn't taken any. It's because I wanted to save this bit. So I did.
No.
I took 3 on an empty stomach before work. Bad idea.
What'd you do? What happened?
Like, my tongue started getting tingly, and I had trouble talking to tables. Like, I could speak, but it was just like a little slurred sometimes. And so then I started feeling like weird in my stomach, like I had bubbles or something. So then I looked up the side effects. If you take too much, you can get like gastrointestinal discomfort, something. So I looked on the bottle. You're supposed to take 2. I took 3, and you're supposed to take it with a meal, which I also did not do. Before work.
Wow.
I got through my shift though.
Is that how that story's supposed to end?
Yep.
I made a mistake. I got through my shift though. Golly, that's intense. Why do you? Anytime I touch anything pill form, I read every single direction that I can. I'm like reading every piece of paper.
I just listened to Joe Rogan talk about it, and I was like, I could do it.
Sheesh.
It's not a praise report, but my praise report is that we got a new studio set up.
Heck yes, this is it.
We got young Tony in the corner. We need a camera just on him. Cut to like 2 shots.
I like your dad's bit. You'd have to see the setup to get it. But your dad said, coming to you live from upstate penitentiary, cell block D. It's church stories. And I went, you're not lying, Mr. Scott. Shout out to our executive producer upstairs. The man upstairs, if you will. Can I say that? Is that blasphemous?
He's literally the man upstairs.
The man upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Man upstairs is the thing that like people on TV say when they don't want to say God.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we're just referring to Scotty B. Mm-hmm. The man for me. Can I say that?
No.
Okay. I was just
definitely not.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
talk about my dad that way.
Sorry. My wife's right here. Do you have a praise report?
I do, yeah. I just got married to the man of my dreams.
Is that a joke? Are you doing bits? Why'd you laugh after saying that? Am I or am I not? Darn it.
Let me pull a Shama and cycle back. I thought smooth Italian men were the men for you.
You know what? Wait a minute. No, wait a second. For real though? Is that your praise report?
And our honeymoon. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Cool. I mean, I'm thankful for that too. That was super dope.
The last 10 minutes of this podcast have gone off a cliff. Like,
are they? Can we? Are we keeping them?
Of course we are.
What time are we at right now? It doesn't matter. I'm going to say my praise report.
How much time have we done, producer Tony?
How much time? 54.
Oh, really?
All right, we're wrapping this up. We're gonna be done in 60. My praise report. Shoot. We did get married. I'm thankful that we got married.
You got 6 minutes.
From the bottom of my heart, Grace, I just wanted to have you on the podcast to say that I love you. No. Yes, I do.
Play him out with Emmy music.
No, my praise report is we got cast iron skillets.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And like, do you agree?
Yes.
I think cast iron skillets, like, take a 10-day trip to Rome, throw it in the trash.
Anyways,
Give me a cast iron skillet.
Welcome back to Young White Living.
Welcome back to Southern Charm. Welcome back to Southern Living. I'm your host.
Tell them what we made.
Oh, shoot. So far, man, what have we made? I made pancakes today with that skillet, and then I made some eggs, and then I made some bacon. Brother, Petey, I kid you not, cast iron skillet. I know I sound like a middle-aged divorced mom right now who's trying to do something nice for her kids.
You do.
But like cast iron skillet's the way to go, dude. It is grade A, like next level.
Cook it with
cooking.
that bacon grease.
Cook everything with bacon grease.
Really?
I know bacon grease just sounds like like the way to eat if you have a death wish, but no, seriously.
It's healthy. It's
you
good
just
fat.
toss some bacon grease on a pan. You cook it. I mean, like, it's amazing.
Tried to make a smoke bomb with bacon grease 10 years ago.
Really?
Didn't work. Just thought I'd share.
Well, you had a thing for explosives. So
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Where'd that come from? I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
I just like lighting things on fire in my backyard.
Hey, can I take your love for bacon grease and just direct it to making bomb meals instead of actual bombs? Get you a cast iron skillet, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Are you being paid?
What? No, I'm not. No, legit. Get one. I've heard people talk about cast iron skillets like it's a passionate love affair.
We've done too much time. Too much time on cast iron skillets.
Okay, no, I'm serious, but we got one and it's amazing, and I love it. And marriage is awesome. And thanks for being on the show, babe. It's been really good.
It's my pleasure.
Are you cool if people listen to this?
You working at Chick-fil-A now?
I did for a month.
Oh, really? Why didn't? That's a church story. Chick-fil-A's the house of God. Can I get an amen?
Ooh, amen, brother. I got some great Chick-fil-A tweets that have done some pretty good numbers recently. Have you seen them?
No.
You've seen them.
Wait, no, I posted one of them on
Yeah, you did.
names.
You did. Really good. Hey, I'm gonna say it. This has been Church Stories.
And we're sponsored by Red Clay Soap.
Yeah, we did it. All right, cool. Thanks.
Do your song.
Oh, I'm gonna save that for another podcast.
Yeah, we'll introduce it later. We'll save it for when people are listening. We're an hour in. Half the people have tuned out by now. Hopefully not.
But people are still listening right now, PD.
They better be.
All right.
Well, look what the Lord has done.
Hey, if you like this, please share it with your friends.
And if you have a funny church story, send it to us, and it might make the show.
Email us, churchstoriespod@gmail.com.
Or DM us at Deuteronomemes on Instagram.
Or tweet us at Church Stories.
And leave us a review on iTunes.
Every little bit helps.
You make the difference.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Stop wishing, start doing. Is that enough encouragement?
Yeah, that's enough.
All right.